Hi everybody, today I'm gonna be working on this cake order. For this cake order, they asked for two different types of cakes. One of them being a 6-inch cake and the second one being a letter cake, which was the letter J. I got started by working on my first cake. I chopped up some fresh strawberries and added a little bit of powdered sugar to make them extra sweet. Once I was done with that, I went ahead and got started on working on assembling my first cake, which was a vanilla cake with vanilla frosting and the fresh strawberry filling. I always like to put a little bit of frosting on the layer that is gonna go on top of the fruit, so adds an extra stability to the cake. And since it's fresh fruit, we don't want it to have strawberries coming out or anything. It just makes it better. Once I was done with assembling my cake, I went ahead and did my crumb coat, then stored my cake in the fridge. As that was happening, I went ahead and got started on working on my letter cake, which was the J, and just making sure it was nice and smooth since this is gonna be a naked cake. It was also a vanilla cake with vanilla frosting. I added some piping border on the edge of the cake, making sure it looked nice since again it was gonna be a naked cake. Once I was done with that, I went ahead and got started on dipping some strawberries in chocolate and making a little happy birthday sign with my silicone mold. Then I went ahead and got started on doing my coloring for the frosting on this cake. They had colors like purple, pink, and black for the words. Once I was done with that, I went ahead and got started on adding the decoration for my 6-inch cake, which was for a mom, and they had the quote on top that said, "Nobody scolds me like you do. I love you, mom." And it was just funny because me and my mom used to always get into it growing up because I was just a wild child, always getting in trouble. Once I was done with that cake, I went ahead and got started on finishing my second cake, adding all the little details, which was the kumami. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but it had the purple and the pink colors, and I topped it up with the strawberries, making sure they look nice and smooth. I finished it all by adding a happy birthday sign and some sprinkles. I hope you guys like it. Thank you.